I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. This weekend, taking over the video blog responsibilities is my good friend AJ Risley. AJ, how are we doing today, buddy?
Doing pretty great, Terry. Glad to be here at the Maple Hill Open. Glad to be at Maple Hill around all these great people and these great golfers on this great course. And I'm really glad to be a part of the Smashbox Disc Golf Guy production this week.
I'm glad you're here, and I'm excited to bring all this action to all the players, so let's get to it.
All right, here we go. This is round one, Maple Hill Open. On the card today, we got Paul McBeth, Cale Leiviska, Jeremy Koling, and the AmSide champion, Kealan Dunne.
Kealan shot very well to wrap up his Maple Hill Open amateur tournament, and with that honor, you get to be put on this card.
Get to play with the big dogs.
A little bit of nerves, probably.
We're going to have Steve Dodge call him out.
On our 210 card, leading off, three-time world champion, one-time Vibram Open champion,
Steve Dodge has
Paul McBeth.
A great speaking voice.
I could listen to that pretty mouth all day.
His accent, I mean, I really like Massachusetts accents, and it works for him. He's got it down.
Now, are we going to have to come up with some clever sayings? People that have seen Steve Dodge productions in the past have been privy to Straight as a String or Smack Gap. Birdie!
He does those.
There might be a few of those today.
Yeah, there might. I mean, Paul McBeth is smashing his drive right down the middle. There's a path that Steve likes to take the gator on right there, usually at like 50 or 60 miles per hour, and Paul McBeth landed right on the left tire track. Great shot. Cale.
Cale is back to sporting the shorts. Like to see that?
Yeah, that's crazy. This summer, I think, just the past month, I've seen him wear shorts more times than I've ever seen him wear shorts.
Do you know the story behind
like
that? Why he hasn't been wearing shorts?
I don't know. Is it because of a tattoo, maybe? Or why? No.
Well, here's Steve with the call.
Third on our 210 card, our current Vibram Open champion, current Maple Hill Open champion,
Jeremy Koling, one of the more decorated players in our sport.
Champion, an overall award champion, a four-time pie eating champion, Jeremy Big Germ Koling.
And as Koling steps up to the tee real quickly, I'll get back to the story about our pal, Cale Leiviska. He has not been wearing shorts for the last few years because he's always been concerned about poison ivy, poison oak, poison snakes, things of that nature. So he knows if he wears pants...
Poison darts.
Yeah, he knows if he wears pants...
Poison the
he's
band.
Much less likely to get those on his legs. So we've been seeing him sport some pants as Big Germ rips a drive here on hole number one.
Man, he cut it close. Oh my gosh, he skipped off the rocks, and I think Nate Sexton did the same thing.
And teeing off last on our 210 card, our 2015 Vibram Open AmSide champion, Kealan Dunne.
I think Kealan is one of the local favorites around here. A lot of people rooting for him.
As they should be.
Hoping for him to do well. A little extra mustard on that drive.
Yeah, and it was tough to tell. As you'll see here, he actually did come up short of the pond. A lot of people thought off the tee he might have gotten into the pond, but he was a little short.
No, yeah, he missed it. That was fortunate. Here's Germ's second shot.
And that actually carries right and OB, doesn't it?
Just a little bit to the right, out of bounds, barely. Kealan for three. This is a tough green. I mean, it's pretty narrow, and you really gotta attack the basket.
It's a light bulb shaped, you could say. It's very narrow at the mouth and then widens out. I guess I called it a peninsula yesterday, but it's really in the shape of a light bulb, if anything.
Yeah, a little bit.
A lot of bit.
Sorry. Yeah. So there we go. Left tire tracks. Paul with the Nova. And right here, I noticed this is just the big difference between an am and a pro is that shot right there. Paul McBeth attacking the basket, getting very aggressive and
executing perfectly.
Yeah, but attacking the basket, putting it within 10 feet. Germ just a little bit low. You saw a couple seconds before where his shot went out of bounds, hit the wall, didn't make it back inbounds. Ooh. Another low putt by Kealan. Cale for 3. Go!
3 low putts to get started.
Yeah.
If anything, some people are usually a little amped up, maybe throw a little extra on it and putt high, but in this case, all 3 of them putting low.
Yep. I mean, one of the biggest tournaments of the year. I'm sure all these guys have a little bit of nerves going. I think, I don't know, it was Michael Jordan or someone said if you're not, no, it was Tiger Woods. If you're not nervous stepping up to that first tee every time throughout your career, if you're not nervous, then you might as well give up, because that means you're not
in
psyched
it
to be there.
Well, we got McBeth with the birdie 3, Leiviska with a 4, and then a pair of 5s by Koling and Kealan.
Yep. Paul McBeth with the PD. And it's safe to say that Paul is completely in tune with that disc.
He throws it quite well. This is some great camera work. I know sometimes when you're tight on the player like that and you're trying to pan over, looks like you got a really good angle here.
Hey, thanks. Cale just barely, I think he skipped off the top of the rock wall and went OB on that one. Brutal. Big Germ.
Solid shot there.
Kealan trying to get us to turn over just a little bit, but he gets a fortunate kick. Kick
if you can stay out of those, out of that little island of trees, you're going to be better off. Now, for those of you who don't know, as we're watching Cale walk up here and get an exact spot and a lie, I was out there, of course, calling the shots live on our Smashbox TV production at this time, and AJ was out there doing his thing, recording with yet a separate camera. So I haven't seen all of your angles or shots. You edited together all of the footage, and I'm watching this for the first time from your vantage point, and kind of excited to see how you captured it versus how our 2 cameras captured it.
Yeah, I think I'll have the same kind of. I'm gonna try to go back and watch the live broadcast of each round a little bit at least, and I heard great things. So it'll be interesting to see the two different camera angles that you guys got.
We had great cameramen out there in Todd Dodge as well as Joe Height.
Yeah.
He was catching most of the shots that were coming in, and it seemed to be really well received. People able to watch both the original tee shot and then as well as the catch, as we call it. So
yeah, I think this weekend we've got one of the best teams in the media game.
McBeth again with the birdie 2, him and Koling, and then 4 by Leiviska and a 3 by Dunne. Beautiful hole number 3 here.
Yeah.
Slightly uphill, little turnover to it, and if you can get through cleanly, as Paul is doing perfectly.
With the Thunderbird just straight with a little fade at the end. Great shot. And that disc for Germ would have worked last year. Saw him throw it on this hole and plenty of other holes last year. That turned over just a little bit more than he wanted. Same for Kealan. Not a bad play. There's plenty of room over there. Definitely don't want to be on that left side. And then this is just the shot that Cale knows better than any other shot. That's
nice
smooth.
turnover. Yep.
Yeah, Jeremy was on the tee saying so smooth, like a jar of peanut butter.
Extra smooth Jif. Would that be? Does Jif pay us?
Maybe. Skippy should.
Choosy moms choose Jif.
I think Skippy would probably be better. Oh, wait. Boom!
Nice. Cale Leiviska. He loves it. Looks at the camera.
Ooh.
Hashtag let's go, I think is what he's probably yelling out.
With 3 O's probably.
At least.
Yeah. Highlight reel.
Paul McBeth with easy cleanup for the birdie 2. Paul McBeth sporting a very color-coordinated outfit. I love it.
Yeah, and it's pretty rare that we get to see Paul McBeth in a hat.
Yes.
Just like, so we got.
They're breaking it all out for us.
Paul McBeth with the hat, Cale with the shorts.
I mean, the fashion sense is at least, 10-20 this weekend?
Yeah, this is one of the better dressed cards, I would say.
They knew they were going to be on camera.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. That's got to factor in. These guys know. I mean, they're all professionals, but they know they're going to be featured, and we're glad to bring it to everybody.
Yeah, couple 2s, couple 3s. Hole 4.
McBeth 3 under par after the first 3 holes, and Shortest hole on the course. Get your game together, McBeth.
God, dang, come on, man. I think he was saying, get it low. Play the ground, not the trees. Cale, I think his kept fighting down there towards the basket. He's about pin high, maybe 20 feet out. What a surprise. Big Germ with the sidearm.
Yep, that's some form of M.
Oh, early tree.
That was medium to later tree, I'd say.
Okay, sorry. He'll have a putt. Kealan, I think this is like a beat-up Rhino. He played the ground beautifully.
Yes, he did.
If we were at De La, some would say he's got some magnificent ground play.
They really say that at De La?
If you go back to Spin TV from 2014.
Oh, yeah, they make videos too, I heard.
Yeah, they make great videos.
Great videos.
Jamie Thomas and Patrick Brown love to talk about the ground play.
Nice putt by Kealan.
Huge putt.
Finding his stroke there. Leiviska going to capitalize on that birdie 2 opportunity.
Booyah. Germ not pleased with his putting performance so far. Paul with the easy 3. 3Z. I'm trying to start that. I know I say it in my head. It's just when you throw a drive that isn't great and you have an easy pitch up for par. 3Z.
Do you have to hashtag that one?
Yeah, you could. Maybe I will.
Beautiful hole number 5, throwing out and over the water. What an iconic hole. It's not the longest hole out here. Cale with a very solid run. I think he was doing a little Taylor Swift shake it off there. He had it.
Yep.
And unfortunately,
Bye-bye.
Kealan had that tree.
Dang.
And waved goodbye to his Mako 3.
Paul with the Nova again. This thing came in hot. Look at all that Annie.
Yeah, he was talking about how he had a little too much angle on that when he had thrown it.
I'd rather have too much angle than no angle at all.
Correct. Found himself inbounds.
Oh! And I think Germ caught one of the branches up there and fell straight down. OB.
He's looking for a little luck in his pocket
and
there.
This shot right here is no piece of cake either.
Or Table Talk Pie, for that matter, who sponsors the event.
This is no chocolate eclair Table Talk Pie, which I will admit at 12:30, 1 o'clock a.m. got me through this whole editing session. Thank you, Table Talk. Oh!
Cale knowing that that's a putt within his range that he really needs to convert on.
Germ with the lovely little floater in there. Nice flat angle, keeping him in the chains.
And I'll speak to this putt, although that was not the entire warm-up, so to speak, or McBeth took a little longer than normal there. Normally McBeth's a pretty consistent routine in terms of his timing, and with that headwind blowing in his face, he definitely took longer than normal for him to make that putt.
I would, that sounds about right, especially after seeing Cale's putt rise up a little bit, hit the top, and if you could see it flutter, there's definitely a lot of headwind out there.
Beautiful view of one of the many ponds out here.
Yeah, I mean, just about every hole is a signature hole out here at Maple Hill.
McBeth with the birdie. Solo birdie, and we move on to 6, and almost every player will tell you one of the few holes they genuinely dread.
This is it.
This is
the hardest hole on the course.
And
even if it was a par 4.
Yeah. And McBeth, I was a little further down the fairway on that, and I noticed by McBeth, he actually got a great kick. He had kicked one of the trees that was OB, and that kicked him back inbounds.
Oh, wow.
He was on the other side of that rock wall. So we see Joe Hyde, our cameraman, down there getting the catch.
Getting up close and personal on those disc markings on the top of Cale's disc.
And Kealan was coming down. Just can't
believe it. He got the opposite of the world champ love. I think.
Yes, he got am champ love.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a thing, but we can say it is.
Yeah, Paul threw his shot, kicked inbounds, and I heard Germ say 3-time.
Yeah.
and Germ trying to get aggressive, going for the basket, and he gets kicked down by a branch. But hey, great mental game. He takes his time, laces one through that little gap there. Perfect upshot. Kealan, great upshot as well.
Yeah, there's not much you can do here. When you're on that left-hand side, most of the players are just looking to get up and down and hopefully card, as you would say, a 3Z.
3Z, yeah.
It's 3Z.
There's no 3Z on this hole. As tough as the tee shot is, the upshot and the green are also rough.
Solid putt by Big Germ there.
Solid.
That's going to take a 3.
Yeah, I mean, I
that
really,
was not 3-zy then.
No.
Because the 3 has to be easy. Okay.
Yeah. If you can step up. Oh, man. If you can step up to your drive, easy pitch up to the basket, easy little tap in. 3-zy. Anyways. Cale. 3, yeah. He got the 3.
What's going on with your camera here?
I don't know. I didn't feel like cutting. I just wanted to do the one take, and sometimes
you do a jumping jack while you're filming.
Yeah,
I get
sometimes I kind of shake it off. There's mosquitoes out there.
Yes, there are. Everybody with a 3 except for Kealan. He cards the 5
with the OB kick. Got to move on.
McBeth throwing what many would say is a
McPro AVR bird,
but T-bird. It's not. It's a T-bird.
Punch out, Joe.
And our cameraman says that it had come up and it actually kicked up and then rolled down, but yet while it was rolling, it was still rolling toward the basket, even though it was rolling downhill.
I think Paul was saying something about he was hoping it rolled, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he knew that he was going to get that roll towards the basket. He's good.
Thing I said frequently is that this fairway is a little bit wider than a semi-truck.
Just barely.
And
you might have to pull in the mirrors, fold in the mirrors a little bit. Continue. Yes.
No, just that it's a narrow fairway. It's
but
I mean, Kealan, as you see the players walk down it, you got to appreciate just how narrow that fairway is. Big Germ's trying to get out of trouble from that right-hand side, and there's a lot of work to do from over there.
Yep. Cale shot either faded off or hit something and kicked a little left, but. Ooh!
And he just barely caught Big Germ's shot. Almost missed it there.
Barely got it. He almost put that in for 3. That would have been an amazing par putt. Par throw-in. Kealan with the jumper. So close.
Classic McBeth. It seems like one advantage he has over most players in the world, besides being the best, is that, or what maybe makes him the best, is I have seen him in so many awkward putting stances, and they don't seem to affect him.
Yeah,
and
they're not awkward.
I hate to spoil the next hole, but or contradict myself a little here, maybe. But usually, it doesn't matter what stance he's in. I've seen him in straddle left and right, and a leg up over his head. I've seen him in every different possible. I think at some point he does some yoga stances.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem to matter. He practices every stance and is so consistent with that arm stroke that comes through.
And that just helps him pull away from the pack with the solo bird again.
It does.
On hole 7.
Gorgeous. Hole number 8, 320 feet.
Another signature hole. One of the 18 out here at Maple Hill.
McBeth, a little bit left.
He said this was actually like his least favorite hole. Instead of hole 6, this would be the one that keeps him up at night.
Yeah, and understandable because the ultimate mistake, the cardinal sin, is just to come up short. It's just absolutely something you should never do being a top-rated player here. If you want to throw long and then have to lay up to the basket, fine, take your 3. But you should never be short here and potentially go out of bounds. So I think he's just trying to avoid the bogey in that sense because he actually threw a champion Thunderbird.
Yeah, this one, that shot almost got me on ESPN.
Almost
got Jeremy and I on ESPN. I guess Jeremy would be on there first.
Yeah,
I would be up.
We would never show your face.
I would be up in the top left or right hand corner
with
AJ
your mouth.
Risley. No, just my name.
Gaping open like.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, McBeth with the straddle through the V.
Yes, I said. No.
Yeah. Dang.
Usually you put him in just about any position, and it doesn't matter. However, he's a little bit high on that one.
This basket, there's a few baskets out here that look a little low, and this is like a Vista del Camino basket. This thing, Jeremy Koling looks like Paul Bunyan next to this basket. And I guess, you could probably come up with something with the matching shorts and hat.
Yeah, I was thinking that a few holes ago.
Whoa.
I was thinking that a few holes ago,
Yeah,
but
maybe that's
Big
his,
Germ does like orange.
thought
We see him
process.
at other wearing that outfit at other courses.
Right. Is that a Carolina thing? Is that a...
No, yeah, they're usually blue, aren't they? And it's Tennessee is more.
Yeah, he's got the Tar Heels. Speaking of Tennessee, Will Schustrick just walked down the stairs. Cale and Germ with the 2s. Good plays by both of them. Different lines. Here we go, hole 9. Up and over the hill. Down to the island green, peninsula green. Cale, shot's a little hard to get sometimes. He ended up on the right over that little lawn chair in the trees. Germ with the great play. Thumber up and over the hill, and he gets it to land on the back side of the hill and scoot down. And then Paul McBeth, a little early.
I think he was aiming at you.
Yeah, I know. I felt a little bad about that one. Early tree, kicks off a little to the left. Kealan gets a right tree and kicks off in the right shoal.
Yeah, as soon as Paul had released his drive, he's like, I think it was the terminology is, come on, man.
Come on, man.
He has something. He said that particular tree he hits, he doesn't even feel like is in the fairway. It's
Right.
definitely left. He definitely misfired, and he was frustrated with himself.
Yeah. Germ with the easy upshot to the green. This is Cale's 3rd shot. I think I might have missed his out.
Oh, yeah,
That
one
was
of his approach shots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was his 3rd shot. And then I think this is Kealan for 3 as well. He had an even better out. I think he was shorter in the shoal and then farther down the fairway. Paul McBeth for birdie.
This is McBeth for 3, so
Birdie
it's
3.
technically a par
Oh.
a par 3.
And then he rolls away but stays in bounds. There is a string over there, I believe.
Yeah,
He stays in bounds, but he's
That would be
that's-
almost like getting daylight, so to speak.
close.
Yeah.
If he went out OB. Yeah.
Well, you throw a shot, it lands somewhere near the basket, gets up and kind of takes a goofy roll or an
Right.
awkward angle.
But yeah, I mean that putt was definitely in Paul McBeth range.
Yeah, you'd rather have a tap in though, a little drop in.
A little 4Z.
Yeah.
No, 3Z.
All right, I
sorry.
think that's enough of that.
A little stretch. My bad. Everybody else with the tap ins. Germ taking a solo bird.
That's weird. I just saw myself, but yet here I am
Whoa.
talking. That's weird.
Whoa. That's crazy.
And Todd Dodge there on the camera as our lead cameraman behind the tee shots. This hole is just incredibly challenging for anyone to cover. We have 2 cameras. You had a camera. Almost any way you attack hole 10 in terms of media is kind of challenging.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I did a pretty decent job. There's Cale's shot landing in a prime location for footing, I think.
I'll say it-
close to prime.
I'll say it over and over every time this hole is played is getting it to land where you want isn't as challenging as your footing for the next
Yeah.
throw. And that's what, if I had a criticism of any of the holes out here, this is the one that I'm just not a fan of, and I know a lot
This
of the
one could
players really
be-
struggle
yeah.
with because,
The landing area could be a little cleaner.
yeah, other than landing on the tee, one of the short tees, where it's perfectly flat, as we see off to the left-hand side of the camera or the angle
Germ
there.
gets up the hill a little bit on his 2nd shot. Now Paul actually tried to do a run up and then went with a standstill.
For exactly the reason I just said, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did a whole preview with Dana for this hole, and he said that walking up to your tee shot is almost like Christmas morning. You know, if you threw your shot good or well, then there might be a nice big present under the tree for you.
Which would be a flat spot in this case.
Yeah. And in his whole preview, he did get I think he got a new puppy for Christmas.
Well, I think for
Germ for birdie 3. Oh, look out, Joe again. That's 2 on the Joe Height.
almost
Joe
hit
Height,
reel.
Juke counter, or whatever you want to call it. Kealan, a little short, but that's not a hard putt to make from right there.
Speaking of hard putts,
Oh, that one did not look hard at all.
boom, nice.
Another fantastic putt by Cale. No fear. Takes down hole 10. Man, going deep on hole 10 on your 2nd shot, that's big.
Here, another awkward stance. He's actually somewhat straddled to the left, putting uphill from 30-some feet. And just no problems.
He got it right away. I think he said when he let go of it, get up, but...
Yeah, no problems creeping over the rim of the castle
and
wall.
He shows his hops getting up and over that wall there.
I've seen him nearly dunk a disc in his 50+1 video as Kealan struggles here, so we know he's got some ups.
Kealan, as this guy will say right here, gotta take your time. The caddy there for the consolation fist bump.
Yeah.
Paul and Cale with some quality birdies. Here we have hole 11. Oh, Cale just pulled it a little bit too far to the right. He had the right idea in mind. A big hyzer bomb. Oops. A big hyzer flip-up shot on that right side is definitely the play. Paul McBeth keeps it a little left, almost a little too much left, but he's fine. Those are little baby trees over there. Big germ.
This is a crush. Yeah, this is a crush. A little bit of a turnover to it. Yeah, exactly. And then it just kind of gently fades. That's...
Kealan. Oh, just...
That looked all too similar to hole number 1. Like he wanted a little extra on it, and then unfortunately released it low.
Yeah,
and
he will learn that lesson. He'll learn that lesson quickly, that when you get up to a big hole like this, smooth. Yep, there he goes again. Dang. Asking for the hyza. Yeah, smooth is better than strong in a lot of cases. Cale with the tough shot here. I was thinking about it in my head while I was filming. He did the right play, very overstable disc with on a hard ante. You just need to get the nose down a little bit around that tree, which is a tough shot. I mean, it's easier said than done, but he had the right idea in mind.
McBeth going a little deep here now. I've got to say, this is exclusive footage here. This was not shown on Smashbox TV. These next really 2 holes, this hole and the next hole, our camera signal, I should say our cellular signals, are horrible in this area. So, and I've learned this a number of years ago. So really we opt to not go down to holes 11 and 12 for that exact reason. So that's I'm not really just trying to be lazy and skip out of these 1,600 feet of golf holes.
Those 2 big walks.
Yeah, it's just that the signal is really bad in this area, so that really prevents Smashbox TV from going down there. So just so everyone knows, that's exactly why you didn't see these 2 holes played live.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
All in germ. Quality threes, great drives.
Yeah, and threes are obviously birdies here.
Almost even better upshots. I think the upshot, getting to this green, is always going to be better than the drive.
Yeah, you can make up for a mediocre drive here with a great upshot, and they've done just that.
Yep.
Paul McBeth at 30, Cale Leiviska 34, Koling 36, and Kealan falling a little behind at that point.
Yep. So there's a big rock right in this open area that is usually a really good spot to land. Paul McBeth puts it within, I don't know, a couple feet of that rock.
And this hole actually plays down and to the left. There's been a number of configurations on this hole throughout the years.
Right.
And now it's really in that dark spot that's on your left-hand side right now. That's the tunnel that they're trying to penetrate into. And they have at least 200 feet to go once they even get to that tunnel's opening. Yeah. He's heading right for it, unfortunately coming up short. Not that tunnel.
No.
The tunnel that's right of, well, 2 tunnels right of there, actually.
Yeah. No. And then I don't know if he was trying to get fancy. I think he might have been trying to do a roller or something. But yeah, Kealan catches an early tree. Germ piping a little forehand down there. This is a tough shot up on that hill. Anheuser trying to get it in there, hits a tree.
Anheuser downhill.
Anheuser.
And have it fade the whole way. And then it's somewhat uneven where the basket is located. Isn't that correct?
Kealan hits another tree. Working his way down the fairway. Paul McBeth with the Nova again. I think he was just asking it to miss trees, and I think it missed a few too many trees. He actually put his shot like 40 or 50 feet past the basket. I don't think I've ever seen that. Cale, textbook upshot. Easy 4.
This is definitely considered a 4, and as you're about to see, these guys are throwing pretty good shots and still carding fours, even though
And
Koling was right there.
That's Paul's third shot.
He was buried back there, huh?
Right. Even though he's wearing neon green, yellow, couldn't really find him. Germ.
Nice putt by Big Germ.
Yeah. He's cashing in some clutch putts here for par saves and birdies and whatever you want, really.
I see you're working a little zoom action. You didn't walk all the way down there yourself, did you?
No. I think I walked halfway down, but
All right. 3 pars and a double bogey by Kealan Dunne.
Kealan, yep. Just a few trees in his way. Here we go. Hole 13. Paul doesn't get that. I think it was a McPro Rock 3. Doesn't get it to turn over. He really wanted it to.
Yeah, he was certainly frustrated as that came out of his hand.
Yeah. Germ with the smooth as can be sidearm. Just doesn't really fade back for him to the right, and he catches a couple trees. Cale with another great, just, oh my gosh, straight as a string, pretty much.
I think that's a officially trademark term.
Ooh, sorry.
Copywritten, trademark,
well,
copywritten.
Yeah, smash, you know.
We can steal it. Borrow it.
No, I think we can pay for it.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
No, you're right.
McBeth with a long jump putt, and he's going to have to just be happy with the 3 here.
Yeah,
This
at
hole,
point, getting to the green, I mean, the green, this is one of the most unique greens you'll find on the course and maybe in the sport. It's pretty cool looking green, and it's got some danger behind it.
really danger on around all of it, around the entire perimeter of it, behind it in terms of where they're throwing at it now. But if you're 30 feet to the left or right or past it, you have danger still behind it when they're coming back at it.
Yeah.
No matter what angle you're at, there's always danger.
And a lesson to be learned right here is we got two examples of showcases of emotion. Germ with the not so great showcase, too much emotion, and I didn't really enjoy his comment, oh, that's in. Sarcasm during your round doesn't really usually help. But then Cale, great drive, misses the opportunity, comes up short on the putt, shakes it off immediately and walks up and taps in. That's pro tip if you're trying to move ahead with your game and move ahead in the sport. Stuff like that is really going to propel you a lot faster.
You're saying keep your head and your emotions positive.
Short memory, yep, and always think positive. And keep fighting. Hole 14, another signature hole in Maple Hill. Paul not pleased at all with his drive. Yeah. This is one of his tough holes on this course.
Well, and to be fair, this is a tough hole for everyone. It's just a matter of how much do you want to...
Not for these two.
Well, I mean, how much do you want to bite off? And there's a little luck. Big Germ was talking last night when he threw that. He's like, sometimes you throw a shot that looks perfect on this hole, and the wind just pushes it straight down, and you even saw a wind, knock it down there a little bit.
Yeah, but Cale and Paul, their shots looked perfect out of their hand, and they were perfect.
Cale and Koling, yes. Yep.
Cale, yeah, sorry. Yeah. German, Cale, and Koling and Leiviska. 2 perfect shots. I mean, that's the best play on this hole is hitting that little backstop there. They've got the couple logs.
Yeah, which they've added over the years.
Yeah.
Those logs weren't always there, so those shots would have probably both gone OB just a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, but those were the perfect plays.
They really were.
Kealan with a great drive as well. I mean, can't say anything bad about his drive. I think he was just inside the circle right there. Ooh.
Now, I think that would have probably sat without the log, but, that log definitely helped him. Or definitely, yeah, that one.
Man. Kudos to you, Kealan, for running that putt so viciously. Just a little right, but...
Yeah, that basket.
3Z.
Did he actually go hole B there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he and Paul, I think, would have gone in the water if there were no logs, but they stayed in. Here we go, a couple.
They're going to take their full meter in is what they're doing. That's why there's a little deliberation here.
Yeah, I think so. You can't blame them for doing that.
Oh, no. You want to, in this case, you want to get every extra few inches you can, but they took their full meter in from the water line.
Mm-hmm.
And we're
I'm
able
going
to
say that Germ's meter was probably a little bigger than Cale's.
Is that the metric system? Somebody recently yelled at me and said, I need to learn the metric system.
Yikes.
Yeah, and calling
raised their
shots.
voice?
Well, they on a broadcast, Big Germ. Okay, anyway, Big Germ throws a forehand, which is a very unique shot here, and he just smashes a tree.
Hashtag Kolinging, a typical righty hyzer hole. And Germ pulls out the forehand hyzer flip.
Turnover,
whatever,
we saw then...
Cale do the same thing, but in a different
he hit the
fashion.
exact same tree.
And then McBeasting, just peering the gap right to the basket. Great shot. And
Keelan's got a T-bird in his hands.
Keelbird? Keybird?
No.
Damn it. Sorry, we'll bleep that out. That was a questionable shot. I thought Cale probably could have asked me to move out of the way, and if it were me, I would have asked me to move out of the way and then thrown it right where I was standing and play a skip, because this is mostly somewhat hard-packed dirt, and if you're throwing a low shot with a fast disc and a lot of spin, you could have definitely skipped up to the basket from where he was. He took more of a spike hyzer approach, and because of that, he's maybe like 40 or 50 out. Here's his putt for par. Oh my gosh.
It looked good right out of his hands,
it
really.
Looked great, but I think it just went past the basket. Kealan coming up a little short. Great putt otherwise. And Germ. Oh,
out of his hands, he's like, nope.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
he thought he missed it.
Yeah. And he said on any other basket, that would have spit out. Thanks, DGA. Ooh, loving it. Good putt. Yeah, I think Germ's putt, he's got really more of a flatter putt going compared to a lot of players.
McBeth cleans up for two.
Yeah, compared to a lot of players, Cale, for example. A lot of players put a lot of hyzer on their putt. Germ and Nate Doss and Eric McCabe, and a bunch of others throw flatter putts, which I think have a better chance of sticking in the left or right side.
I completely agree. I try to throw as flat as possible when I'm throwing a putt. Grab as much chain as possible.
Yeah, you have that very flat, direct putt as well. Ooh, look at that 3-time love. Fading off to the left side on hole 16. Paul's drive kicks right, and he's within 20.
Yeah, just a little kiss.
Yeah. And Germ was heading right for that tree right off the bat. Cale? I don't know how he did it, but he got all the way through, and he's got a jumper look over there on that left side. Kealan with the great right side play.
Yeah.
I think I missed it. My angle wasn't as great.
Well, it was going right. It looked like it was going to get down that pipe, and then it hits a tree, but carries beautifully toward the center of the fairway. That was a nice little kiss.
Yeah, and this shot by Jerem, he said, all right, ready to see something? And he just Anheuser forehand over the basket from where the heck he was. That was a great throw.
And you can rewind if you want. That was Kealan throwing a left-handed overhand shot.
Yeah, a little scuba for all you ultimate players out there. Boom!
From downtown, as I like to say.
Downtown
Worcester?
Worcester. Yeah, he threw that one from 33rd Street down there in Worcester. I don't know. You can please fact check that. That was off the cuff. Kealan.
Great shot though by Kealan. Absolutely.
Sorry, his name.
Oh no, that's all right. There was a bunch of nicknames running around about him yesterday.
How his name's spelled.
Yeah, there was Keegs. And Kealan and Kealan, and I it's a really unique name in that it's Kealan, but I think he's known by some of the locals after McBeth here.
Yeah. Something
putting in for birdie, but
something not quite unique for McBeth is the solo bird.
Boom.
Shakalaka. Cale for 3. A booyah. Center chains. Center cut. Mach X. Count it. Yeah. Paul McBeth. Man, what a good birdie.
Back-to-back birdies on 15 and 16 for McBeth.
Yeah, he missed, I guess he missed 3 birdies in a row and just was like, you know what? Whatever.
Enough of that.
Let's just freaking birdie out. This is lame. We need to get back to my Lunchables. I think he had a Lunchable after the round.
Really?
Something.
That's a
Max
interesting
Nichols
call for
play.
him.
I don't know.
Big Germ with a nice turnover. We're watching. I'm back at the tee at this point watching all these tee shots, so you don't know just how good some of these shots are, but
they're pretty good.
Thus far, here's the first three, just look gorgeous as they're coming in. This is a par 4, close to 600 feet, I believe, and or 530, 550, something in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And these all are just really nice drives that are coming in. Some good work following the disc there.
Hey, thanks.
Nice
Kealan
job.
with the great tight Anheuser line. Right in the middle, hanging with the big boys. Cale, that's textbook.
Yeah, and this is really tough because you can't see the pin in terms of the ground.
He almost put it in for eagle. I have to start calling him Kegel if he would have done that.
Yeah, you would have.
Capreagle back in Colorado. Paul almost putting in the eagle too. I think Jerm was like, "Were you laying that up or are you running it? What the heck?" And then I guess Germ's got a little action off of one of those roots. It almost hit the root and popped in. You can see his. I'm trying to point to the screen, but you can't see. You can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, I can't. No, they
all
cannot.
The viewers can't see what I'm doing, but yeah, Germ's almost popped in. Great star frame.
Yes, that's as good as it gets. Star frame generally referred to anytime everyone in the group gets a birdie on a hole.
Yeah, if you talk to Greg Barsby, he'll say it's not a true star frame unless there's 5 people on the card.
Oh,
and I guess that makes sense because a 5-pointed star.
But
or
sometimes
whatever.
what happens? You're playing out. Oh, okay, I see the logic there, going literally with the.
Ooh, look at that faux hawk.
That's a 5-pointed star. I'm a big fan of 4-pointed stars.
All right.
Even if those are squares.
Boom. Hole 18. Another signature hole. God, there's way too many signature holes out here. Paul turns his over just a little bit too much. Germ, center cut fairway, no trees in his way.
Yeah, that's exactly where you want to land.
Yeah.
If you could go pick a spot on the fairway and just place your disc,
that's nice.
That would be where you want it.
Ooh, Cale, getting through the willow tree, pepper tree, whatever the heck that thing is. Kealan with the great tee shot, following Germ's line, right over the bridge. Nice.
And Kealan
Up
here,
shot though,
just a little too much ante on it.
Yeah, I think he threw a Nova where he probably should have thrown Mako 3 or whatever the heck kind of mid-range he wanted to do. Germ, forehand, count it. Oh, and there's the wave. This is one of the best. That's one of the best galleries in our sport. Is hole 18's gallery.
And Leiviska just not putting enough on it.
Gallery doesn't like it at all. Ugh. And here's Paul from in between these two little trees.
Little forehand Firebird
action.
With his Nate Sexton Firebird, that is.
Oh, that's nice.
Supporting his traveling companion, Nate.
Yeah. There's Cale for 4 Pete. Oh. And then here we have Kealan just going for the putt. But there's...
That branch hangs. It is right in his way, and this is not a replay.
Not a replay.
He does the exact same thing, unfortunately.
He really got to fire it in there, like this shot.
Yeah, and then
if you didn't see, he skipped off that rock wall and almost put it in. That would have been
little caddy action in our way, but it was a really amazing shot. Kind of a trick shot. McBeth taps in for the little fitty.
As does Germ. Not the fitty, but the birdie.
Okay.
Hats off to both those gentlemen. I don't know why. They took their hats off.
Everybody's going to count and recount their scores, and just once they get those turned in, I know I caught up with Paul, who had the hot round, and closed out our Smashbox TV production. Talking to Paul, recapping his round a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to see anything sub 50 in the second round?
Sub 50. I don't know. I mean, It's definitely out there. I think Paul probably could, I mean, he could have had a 48. I think he missed
A couple putts, yeah.
Missed
Hole
a
8
couple
comes to mind
putts.
easily, yeah. Hole
Yeah.
4 comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean, well,
I mean,
Yeah.
just 2 obvious birdie opportunities that he was just
Right.
off on.
yeah.
So,
But we'll see. I don't know.
okay. Hole 14 comes to mind. You know, I mean, I guess I could list the literally the handful of holes he missed. But yeah, I mean, so there's some opportunities out there. And they're doing some math, I think. Seems to.
Looks like it. Yeah.
And there's your official
Yep.
scorecard.
There it is. Those might have been for editing purposes only. So
No, everybody gets to see the official pretty writing from some
That
of our
was-
top
yeah,
players.
nice
That was
and
some
neat.
solid writing. It was. Who was doing the scoring?
I don't know.
It wasn't McBeth.
No, I think they switched off after.
They might
Yeah,
have.
whatever.
All right. So there's your scores of
Round
50,
one in the
58,
books.
57, and 75. I'd like to thank AJ Risley for doing an amazing job out here getting all this extra action. We're going to go ahead and cut things short. We've got lots more golf to bring to you throughout the rest of this weekend here at the Maple Hill Open. AJ, any final words, parting shots, as I like to say?
Threezy.
Threezy, you would. All right, so for AJ Risley, the disc golf boy, and myself, Terry Miller, the disc golf guy, we hope you enjoyed our commentary. We will be bringing you more action here in the shortened, edited versions of the Disc Golf Guy video blogs throughout the week. We're here at the Maple Hill Open. We'll catch you guys next time.
When you step inside the smash box.
No, you can't say that. That's my video blog. God. How about next time when we'll see you on any one of the signature holes?
Ooh, there's 18 of them.
Ding, ding, ding.
Bye.